other thing I had. This will do 3 damage. Yeah, so we go like this. And we go like that. It gets double strike, and boom! Oh, that feels good. That was a game. That was a game. That was a game and a half. Hey everyone, what's up? What's going on? My name is Kyle. Thank you so much for stopping by to check out my video here on Arena Hacks. Today, I was getting a little frustrated, had a bad day just playing around, trying to increase my rank and everything. It was pretty much going backwards. Just decided to have fun in Alchemy because my rank reduced all the way far back to diamond, or not diamond, platinum even, in tier 4, so you can't go back to gold, you can't go back from diamond to platinum, you can't go from platinum to gold, you can go back tier levels. So I figured, let's go, I haven't played Alchemy, let's go fool around in Alchemy and see what I can do, see if I can get my rank up a little further. I got nothing to lose at this point, so I just took this deck here, modified it a bit. It's very similar to my Orzhov spellbook. I renamed it to Brush Book because I took a few of the rares. I can't remember all. I know I had some key to the archives or whatever those ones are called, those artifacts, to go with the spellbook theme, but I swapped them for Brushstroke just because it goes a lot better in this deck to get the drain and gain with Blood Artist. And I know people in Alchemy have been doing mono black decks like this and have been using this Brushstroke very efficiently. And yeah, so you get the Blood Artist, you drain and gain, you basically drain your opponents with all the sacrifice synergy we got going on here. So yes, I think this is the same as my Orzhov spellbook with all these low mana creatures, the Deadly Disputes, the Meathooks, the Blood on the Snow. I'm not sure if I had Onyx in before, and if I put Onyx in, and Kaya the Inexorable. I think I had it based more on my most recent Orzhov deck, which I think had Dollhouse of Horrors, and some, like it had newer cards, and the Dreadfast Demon, I think. So I swapped them out for some planeswalkers. Again, I thought, let's have some fun with it, let's change it up a bit. So those are mainly what you see right across the front here are the main differences. The Brushstroke, the Kaya, and the Professor. Everything else is pretty much the same as the Orzhov spellbook deck that I did. And this time it's Brush Book just because we try to go for those drain and gain triggers, as well as draining our opponent with Meathook Massacre is another great way to win the game. So yeah, and with Professor Onyx and Kaya the Inexorable, not only do we have awesome planeswalkers that do awesome thing, there's actually additional removal tied to them. -3 exile target non-land permanent, -3 each opponent sacrifices a creature with the greatest power among creatures that players control. So we have we've actually added removal into this deck by adding these planeswalkers instead of the previous creatures that were in here. Kaya's really fun because we have that +1 ghost form counter, so we can then be bouncing our creatures back to our hand that die. So we're getting our drain and gain triggers from Blood Artist and stuff like that, and Meathook Massacre from our creatures dying, but then they go back to our hand anyways. We get a Spirit Token, something else we can sacrifice, and get more Blood Artist triggers as well as Meathook triggers. So that's mainly how this deck is supposed to go. So yeah. Oh, excuse me. It's basically like those decks with the Brushstroke that try to drain and gain, and they use Meathook Massacre as well, except we're Orzhov. We're still, got the Snowlands, and we're doing the Blood on the Snow, so we can bring all of our planeswalkers back if and when they die, and as well as our Skull Merchants or any of our low creatures down here. Now, the spellbook for Faithful Disciple I know is not necessarily the greatest for this deck, but some of those enchantments really do come in handy, especially this one. This is like my favorite deck. Like, we are in a control deck. If we can get Authority of the Councils on the field, that's just perfect. Our opponent's creatures enter tapped. Haste means nothing anymore to our opponent. Like, haste is useless because the creature's tapped, right? We're gaining life when they play creatures. It's just amazing. It helps keep us alive longer. We're a control deck. This is the kind of stuff we want to do. And we get this effect for only 1 mana. Just beautiful, just beautiful. A lot of other enchantments in here are really good. We can throw all that glitters when we get like a Brushstroke and a Meathook out. This has full of enchantments and the Disciples things, so when we get glitters we can smash in, get some extra damage with Duelist Heritage as well. Also all enchantments in here, really cool stuff. We can get more enchantments and artifacts from Cursebound Witches. Spellbook, I'm not going to go through it all. We've been through spellbooks before. And there'll probably be a link to my original Alchemy video that did not have the brush strokes in here. So I'll put a link up to that, and you can go check out that video to see what this deck is originally was. And I describe a lot of the cards. I go through them a lot more. But for now, yeah, I'm just going to stick with that description I have there. Here's the lands over here. Let's take a quick look at the stats. I have one less land. I know it's not that low of a mana cost, but we do have a decent amount of treasures with our zombies here, the Shambling Ghasts, as well as the Deadly Disputes, as well as the, what's the other one? The Skullport Merchants. So those all give us a lot of treasures. So we should be able to get to the mana we need without having too much problems. We should be able to use the treasures to bridge any gap in land draw, land shortages, I should say. However, I do run into land shortages a bit in this deck, so I would recommend now, in the gameplay I'm about to show, this is how I have the build, so this is how I'm going to leave it. I would put 4 copies of Eye Twitch in here instead of Shambling Ghast, and then get a sideboard, which I don't have right now because I don't have any Learn. So in that sideboard, there would be my classic 2 copies of Envirosciences, and that'll help us get our lands, gain us more life, and really help keep us in here. And those lands are permanent, right? They give us permanent mana, other than the treasure, which is just a one-time use. And the Eye Twitch is still a good creature to sacrifice. It's flying, so it really helps. It's a much better chump blocker than Shambling Ghast, just because it has that flying and the ability to block flying. Just kind of like Lolth Spider tokens are really great chump blockers, simply because they have that reach and they're able to block flying. So yeah, that's the one suggestion I would make there. Otherwise, yeah, that's the deck. 23 lands. I have them split this way. Only 2 sinkholes because I don't like to tap lands. And these ones usually aren't tapped as long as we can get a couple lands out before. These are tapped late game, just not early game, so we don't mind seeing them early game. It's just early game where I don't want a lot of tap lands. So then you get all of them early game and you're like, oh crap, right? So having so few like this helps prevent that. Also, the reason why there are 2 of these here instead of pathways or something like that is because of snowlands. I've got 2 non-snows here and 4 here. That's 6 in total, and I still, on occasion, have trouble bringing back my planeswalkers with a Blood on the Snow because I don't have enough snow mana, even though I only have 6 non-snows out of all my snows, or out of all my lands. I mean, frustrating. Like I said, but leading up to this, I have just the worst of all luck. I don't want to talk about it. On that note, let's get into some gameplay. But first, remember to hit that thumbs up if you like my videos. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really helps the channel. Make sure you comment. It does support the channel. And I feel like I said channel a lot there. Channel. So support the channel. Hit the subscribe. Hit the thumbs up. And I'll see you out in those games. Alright, yeah, I actually had a decent game. It was so frustrating against the opponent, but again, I forgot to. I can't believe I'm forgetting to record so much. Like, I don't understand. I swear I'm hitting the button, and then the file's just not there. I don't know. I wish I had some sacrifice to draw some cards and, sacrifice these guys here, but, make do, I guess. Look at the creature cards. Target opponent's hands. Right. Okay. I remember that thing now. That's funny that that's the digital only stuff, right? Like he only got to look at my creature cards. You can't do that on paper because if I have to show him my creature cards, I could lie and hold a creature back and just show him one creature or no creatures and just say I don't have any creatures, right? That's why it's a digital only thing. The program forces you to reveal your creature cards regardless. Yeah, some of the cards in the Alchemy, I'm like, why is that digital only? I don't get that. There's one, which one is it? Tenacious Pup. Why is that digital only? You could do, like, there's not, the more I think about it, you just have to remember when you play it, the next creature card that player casts gets those tokens or the counters on it. What is it? A trample counter, vigilance counter, and a +1/+1 counter. Let's see if they'll double block that. I'll leave the Shambling Ghast as a blocker. So, knowing my luck, they have the perfect answers all the time. That doesn't seem like perfect answers. That's just going to beef up their token a bit. How does that work? Equips to a token for 1 mana. 1 mana to play it. +1/+1 vigilance and trample. Sure. Take the block. There's Foretell. Might as well play that out now. I wish I had some sacrifice stuff. Draw some more cards. Man, I'm either getting screwed for lands or I'm getting nothing but lands too. Aside from everything else too, like drawing all my cards in the backwards order. And if I'm not drawing them in the backwards order, then I'm getting screwed for lands, either too much or too little, either way. It flip-flops. I think we should just drop the plains here. We have 2 white sources out there. Actually, we have 3 black sources out. Well, no, let's drop the plains. And we hit him, drain again, and another land, of course, except it's a pretty good land, so I'm not going to complain too much. Just a little bit. Yeah, no need to attack with the 0/1 here. Let's play a Lolth now, get some more critters out there to trigger our Blood Artist.
A gift.
This is an interesting deck from Zoramitz. Okay. Did he already have that out? And I played my, technically played my Faceless Haven into it. I mean, I would have just played this first and played the Faceless Haven later anyways, and then he would have used it on that, so either way. It would have been nice if I got my Meathook out before all those guys just died. Or better yet, get Kaya, put that counter on the Blood Artist so he goes back to my hand. I can just cast him for 2 mana. Oh, that's nice. Isn't there a game where I'm really complaining about my opponent getting this and I don't have it? 7 mana, so we can cast it next turn. Might as well go this way. Do we want to play Kaya and exile their enchantment? I don't think it's a big problem unless they have haste. But what else are we doing? Playing a Meathook for nothing? We shouldn't do that either. They have been playing some creatures, I think. Not many. Let's try it.
If you want a job done right, hire.
This way they can't level that up, get that double strike shenanigans. They already had it level 2, I think, for the Anthem effect. So that would have been bad with every creature they played. Ugh, that's a bad one too. Attacks or blocks Sacrifice at the end of combat, but it's like a 2 mana 4/4 flying. And it just sacrifices at the end of combat. Ay, ay, ay. What is it? Creature or planeswalker. If they can't, they lose 5 life. Only if they can't sack a creature or planeswalker, which they will be able to sack a creature or planeswalker. No, we have to play this though to do that. Let's do it. And then I guess let's just draw. Probably should have done that first, just in case. It might have changed my plan if I did it the other way. Let's just plus up. I don't think we have anything we can target. Submit 0. Has to be non-token. They have to sacrifice so we can attack safely because of our cruel reality. They have to sacrifice your creature. And that's just another Paladin class. And they already have it level, yeah. Right, because that 4/4 was only 2 mana. I'm like, how did they get a 4/4 flying? Because I destroyed their other one. Like, what? Okay, no, I get it now. I get it. Okay, let's go. Let's see what happens. Are we on the draw again this time? I think we are. Oh no, we're on the play. Yay! Birthday time. Oh my god, I was playing around with, what was it today? Was I playing around with mono green? I think I was playing around with mono green earlier today. And I can't remember what I was going to say now. Something about my bad luck. What was it about the mono green bad luck that I had? I can't even remember now. Total brain fart there. So we get a draft and a clue. Ew. Just really crappy draft though. Graveyard, return another aura or equipment. Yeah, that's really crummy. Creature tokens, you get angels instead. Whenever a creature you control alone, it gets X is the number of creatures you control. Nah. These all kind of suck. How much mana do we have? Not a lot. Let's just get the cheapest one. Oh, I guess that would have been the 2 mana. That was garbage though. I really didn't want that one. Ugh. Speaking of ugh. Let's get the brushstroke down. Start getting that draining gain happening, if we can, against another Azorius. Ugh. Right. Getting screwed on the mana again. Except this time it's not enough. Again, last time it was too much. So what do I do? Yeah, let's go this way. Get a treasure. That way next turn we'll have 4 total mana. We need /want. And here they go to fry something, I bet. Probably, maybe. They go for the Cursebound Witch, not the Blood Artist. Ooh, that's so tempting. Of the type of your choice. Ugh. The bat's not too good either. We really need mana. This is ridiculous. We gotta go this just because it's the cheapest spell. There, that's ridiculous. Like, come on. There's enough lands here and there are enough ways to get lands. I wanted to switch the Shambling Ghast with Eye Twitch for Envirosciences. Finally! Jeez. That was frustrating. Another Brushstroke. Or do we go with Kaya and put +1 on the Blood Artist? I don't mind that. They probably have counters though. Let's go with this thing. See what they do. Maybe they counter it. Hopefully they do. I don't even really like it anyways. That's why I'm playing it. I'm hoping they counter it. Ooh, wow, yeah, +X, yeah, amount of creatures. Oh, I can see these guys getting a lot of creatures like soon. You should probably counter that. Okay, I was really hoping you wouldn't do that counter though. You shouldn't be getting these back in your library. That's not fair. And you're exiling my spell. A spell that I got that didn't really exist in the deck came from the spell book. Keep pecking away with that damage, bit by bit. Here they play a land and do nothing. Or maybe play a 2 or 3 mana spell, leaving at least 2 or 3 mana available. So that is why I didn't play Kaya. Really wanted to. Getting that, what's that called thing that put a ghost form counter. Getting a ghost form counter on this guy would have been really nice. Like right now, like everything gets destroyed, right? Student cost, you may rather than student cost, was pay opponent chooses up to 2 non-land permanents. they control and return to their owner's hand, destroy all non-land permanents. Sure. 2 permanents. Oh, I should have sacked stuff with Skullport first. Crap. Full control, is it maybe not too late? 2 non-land permanents, return them to their owner's hand. You... Oh, no, wait. We're picking stuff we want to stay safe. You can stay safe. And I guess you too? Submit? Okay, no, they just bounce back. Oh, I should have grabbed the Brushstroke. Whoops. The enchantment. Okay, yeah, go. Oh, right, yeah, I had the full control on. Because I wanted to see if I could do Skullport. But I couldn't. This is ridiculous, though. Like, we've gone way too long, and I'm only at 4 mana. Like, we're 12 cards in. There should be at least something. Oh, I guess we got a Shambling Ghast. I was just about to say, at least a Shambling Ghast to get treasure. We're 1 Skullport Merchant for treasure. This is why I want to switch to Shambling Ghast. What did they... Okay, this time they went for the Blood Artist. Nice. We can use this as a wipe. Finally get land. That's nice. To wipe their... Because this is a zombie. We can choose human and they lose all their humans. That'd be funny. But we wouldn't be able to cast Skullport. We could go Skullport and then... Which is Vengeance with the treasure. Or do we go Brushstroke with the treasure? Let's do that instead. And we can still attack them as well. Because then our Blood Artist will do Drain Gain. Where did they write this Revelry? Like, where did they gain life? What the heck? This time, if they do the same thing and they pay that student cost, we turn the Brushstroke and the Blood Artist back to our hand. That way, when we play the Brushstroke again, we get another Blood Artist, and we still have the one in hand that we can still cast again. So we're using the same enchantment to conjure up multiple Blood Artists. But of course, they just bounce that one back to our hand. Why not? When you guys got it all, right? Might as well do it. Vampire, is it human? No, these are human. So yeah. So I was thinking of this, open up attacking lanes. Ugh. This and the Blood Artist, I guess. Blood Artist first. And they have something, because they're stick. But it resolves. So I guess we go here, call human, if it resolves. Nope. Okay, well they get to take a peek at everything now, which sucks. But my deck and my hand and all that. But that was from the spell book, so we only have that one. They can't exile anything else. Keep trying to get as much damage in as we can. If they have a board wipe or something, they just let that all happen. What's the full cost of the Devastating Matter? 2, 4, 6 mana. But it's all white except 2. So they get 1 more white. Which they can with their Envirosciences. Yep. But they're saving their counter spells, right? Gotta have counter magic. That's 3/3. So we're going to hit their Devious Cover-Up. Because if they play another Devious Cover-Up, They're going to cycle, they're going to shuffle their first one back in their hand. Most of these Azorius players only have 2 Devious cover-ups. So as soon as one disappears, they can't trap us in an infinite loop where they never run out of cards because they keep shuffling back in. Yeah, I guess all our attackers here might as well. Cover-up goes, like I said. Please tell me that's a scoop. That'd be hilarious. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. When you play your other Devious cover-up, you can't shuffle the first one back into your hand. Uh-oh. And we can wake up our Hive again and exile your second one. Haha. What you gonna do now? Alright. Got another board wipe? Probably. They always got it. If they need it, they got it. Yep. That was a really shitty draw. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right, yeah, 1, 2, 3. We can 3, 3. No. Let's wake up Haven first. And then we'll wake up this. We use treasures if we have to. No, you stupid game. That wasn't supposed to work. Why didn't it let me choose? It wasn't supposed to do it automatically. I should have manually tapped that treasure first. Stupid game. Why would you tap this? It should have automatically went for the treasure. Oh, that was so bad. I'm really ticked off now. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. Let's get rid of that. That's bullshit. Freaking have the damn treasure here and it uses the damn Faceless Haven. Stupid freaking auto tapper. Yeah, because I woke up my Haven because I wanted to tap it to wake up the Haven. Oh my god. Can't believe we just lost lethal because of that. Better not lose this game because of that too. Oh man, I'm going to freaking lose my mind. Well, they're digging desperately, so they have 1 mana left after this. I don't think they got it. Next turn, we just do it properly. Try to, anyway. Okay. You know what? I think that time... No, that wouldn't have worked. I was thinking we could sacrifice the blood token, and then the Brushstroke would do damage, but it's only 1 damage, 1 token, right? We'd still need 4 other damage. This Haven only does 3. This guy only does 3. We would have had to wake them both up and do 6 damage. Man. Oh, man. They knew it, too. That's why they dug hard. And then when they didn't get what they needed, they're just like, I'm out. Whew. Hey, we go first. We don't have a 1-drop, though. Well, we'll just get our tap land out right away then. Well, it's not really a tap land. It's usually not a tap land. That's what I like about these new rare lands. Is because they're usually not tapped. Whereas some other rare ones are kind of 50-50. Or I remember back in the day it was like you pay 2 life and your dual land enters untapped. Otherwise it's always tapped. Some kind of penalty. This is just like, nah. As long as you have so many lands out, it just is untapped. No problem. Well, we have lots of more creatures to sacrifice to Skullport. So since we got Vigilance on this guy, let's go in and see if they try to kill him with the -1. And if they have their own Deadly Dispute and they block and sack, then -1 won't kill our guy. Our own Shambling Ghast, and another Disciple comes out after. Yeah. So they're going to create a treasure. Or do we maybe go with our own Disciple? Or not Disciple, let's go with our own Skullport. Not Disciple, it's silly. And then with this land next turn, we can go with Kaya. So throw a Kaya out there. Maybe plus on the Skullport. Just because Skullport's important, and we have another Disciple here. Ugh. Maybe we exile that instead. That wouldn't be a bad exile target too. Huh. Really want to get rid of that flying. Should we just do that right away? Should we hold off? I don't know how else we get rid of it. That's going to gain them life. Maybe we try to hold off and see if we can do it next turn. We didn't play a land this turn, did we? We did. Yes, this one here. Yeah. So let's just get some more of our little critters out there. Let's just get the Shambling Ghast and sit tight there. So that's also not a bad target for Kaya to exile with her -3.
I have a way to start.
Let's see, they're probably going to minus here, but they plus. Look at you may reveal that card and put it in your hand if you lose life equal to its mana, and it's a land.
A fair trade.
You're going to come at us in the ear. No. Do we want to go for something here? Go this way. Let's grab a treasure so we can actually cast Blood on the Snow if we want to. Wow, another Disciple. Are you freaking kidding me? I'd really like to get rid of freaking what's his name over here. And then they'll be able to kill us in the air. Ugh. Use too much of everything. You know what, if they do kill our Kaya, we can get it back with Blood on the Snow. Problem is we do still need another mana, or we will at least need another land or another treasure. So I would say we do this, exile Sorin, and hopefully at some point in the future we can get our Kaya back with
I just want to get in, get out, and finish the job.
Blood on the Snow.
It's the least.
No point in attacking. They're going to gain life with their dudes, so if we attack, we're just basically giving them life and throwing away a creature. But that copy of Sorin is gone. Now we just have to deal with the other 3 copies that they have in their hand. Or this next copy that they play right now. Don't actually do it, Lord Cisco? Yep. Away you go, yeah. Why not? Can't block it. Might as well come out, yeah. Might as well. I have to double block to kill it, in which case both my guys die. There you go.
Well, this wasn't what I signed up for.
That's bad. I need mana. You can keep tacking me in the air, but at least on the ground we can do stuff. We needed removal, though, is what we really needed. We can sack one of these right now and hope that we get a land so we can get our land drop for the turn. Ha. Can't use the treasure, can't afford it. Like, I gotta get more mana. This is ridiculous. I mean, I guess I'm bricking on lands more than flooding, but I mean, if I'm not bricking, I'm flooding. So it's like, what do I do with the lands? More of them, less of them, none of it makes any sense. Come on, like, we should have been able to cast our Blood on the Snow like a million years ago. On the plus side, it's getting sweeter and sweeter the longer it goes without us being able to cast it. This is insanity though right now. And why wouldn't you attack? Well, of course they're going to attack with this guy. This is ridiculous. And then I have to just sit here and take it? Or what? Give them exactly what they want, right? Like, this is insanity. Yeah, you get to just search your library for anything you want. Because the game's just giving you everything. We do have a Meathook though, that's kind of nice. Where did that come from? That was the last card I drew that wasn't a land, right? I guess it'll help next turn. None of their toughnesses are very, very high. So I guess it'll help in that sense. 3 is the most, which means our Skullport will survive. Might as well still continue to block and damage. I guess it really doesn't matter either one of these two. Death Touch, same amount of damage. We have to sack our treasures for that though too. That's really bullshit. Like, we need to not have to sacrifice our treasure. Man, come on. This is brutal. I guess this one, just because it's cheaper. Finally! Thank God. About damn time. Yeah, let's do it. -3. Clear their board. Would have been nice to have the Brushstroke out, but with our mana awkwardness, when the heck were we supposed to do that? Oh, I guess we could have used the... we don't have enough snows, do we? No, we only have 3 snows. Of all my lands, I only have 6 non-snows. That's like a rule I made for myself. And even then, I still have trouble getting 5 snows. Yeah, 3 mana or less is all we can bring back with Blood on the Snow. I'm not using that treasure on this. That treasure is like, we need to like just savor every treasure we're able to generate right now. Do have Kaya in there. So nice that we got to board wipe them though. They were just building up way too much stuff that we just couldn't do anything about, mostly because of our lands. But now, they're down to 4 cards, nothing on the battlefield but 7 swamps. Wow. Now they're snooping through their graveyard. Whoa, I don't like that. Oh, hiccups all of a sudden. Where did this come from? Oh. Oh, yeah. That's only 4 snows. We need another snow to get Kaya back. I really want Kaya back. Man, that sucks. We could try to survive a turn. Go Brushstroke and Disciple. It would have been nice to get this out last turn. We would have had to sack our treasure for it. We still can't afford to do stuff like that. Okay. Now that's it then. Oh man, they get to boast with this thing again. Shit. Come on. One more Snowland. It has to be untapped, because we got to spend it on Blood on the Snow in order to get our Kaya back. Oh, gotta be kidding me. Of course. Yeah. Right. Like how easy everything's been for them. That's what they deserve. How everything's just been given to them. the lands, the mana. We have to work for everything. But yeah, that's what they deserve, game. They deserve, yeah, thank you. Yep, that too. I mean, that'll just die with our board wipe, but that freaking Brushstroke really pisses me off. It's going to negate all of our blood, because our blood artist triggers are just going to be undone by theirs. They're going to gain all that life back. At least we're gaining extra life with this thing. I love this Authority of the Councils. It goes so good in this deck. It just sucks that I almost never draw it. So it's another attacker in the air. At least they can't boast with the guy over here. How much is that? 3, 5, 6? Sucks, but yeah, we'll go with it. We just gained a lot of life with our new enchantment. They target us with their blood artist, we target them. And then it just goes back and forth. Are we going to be playing tokens or anything like that? No, I don't think so. I was going to say, none of these are really all that good. I mean, we do have a lot of enchantments and artifacts, so maybe we go all that glitters. I don't know what creature we put it on, though. Oh, maybe we're going to have a vigilant creature. They just have too much death touch stuff. Yes! That's exactly what we needed, isn't it? The only problem is, we bring Kaya back, and then what does Kaya do? +1, and yeah. Ugh. We have to get more creatures out. We can minus on their the Brushstroke over here. Yeah. So all of our blood artist triggers, I guess we choose first, then they choose. Time the clicks perfectly. If you click too fast, you just pull up the mute, unmute thing. Now we gotta wait for them to do it to us, because they also, that's why I was so pissed about the Brushstroke, because I'm like, yeah, now they're gonna negate all that damage we were about to do them, is all gonna be just completely undone by their triggers. And it's probably maybe almost going to kill us too. There wasn't 15 creatures, was there? They had like 5 or 6. I had like 3. I think I had 3. Just 2? Something like that. How many... How do I look at the... There we go. How many triggers did we get for our thing? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5, 6. Whoops. Okay, resolve all. I don't think it was 15. Alright, I didn't think so. Yeah. Whew. Now they get a draft. That sucks. But then we drain them everything they just drained us, and we gain back everything they just drained us. Plus, we have our Meathook triggers, though, so we're going to gain life for their creatures and do more damage to them for our creatures dying. And we're balanced, 22 life all around. So we have enough mana now for, like, we have 7 lands, so let's just get this on the field. And you know what, let's I want to exile their Brushstroke. We can do that next turn. Let's +1 our Disciple. That way it goes back to our hand if and when it dies.
You'll be fine. Trust me.
And then next turn we can Duelist's Heritage and all that glitters. This will get +1, 2, 3, 4, unless we sacrifice this. We'll get +4, +4, +5. Oh no, all that glitters is 5, +5, +5, and double strike. And it already has Vigilance. So 5, 7, 7, double strike, 4. Not lethal. Not lethal. That's 5 mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cannot activate Faceless Haven and cast those spells this turn, unfortunately. Curse of Leeches. All right. I think I might just exile that first instead of the Brushstroke. Maybe we activate Haven and put a counter on one of these soul counters or ghost form counters on Haven, and that protects our Haven. How does this work again? Whenever one or more creatures attack, you may have target attacking creature gain double strike until end of turn. Hmm, 4 mana, you have something of your 3 cards in hand. Question is, do we exile something with Kaya, or do we do what I was saying and put a ghost form counter on Faceless Haven? I kind of like the ghost form counter idea. I really like that idea. And we're going to take another hit from the leeches. Curse of Leeches, but then we can start exiling stuff. We can exile 2 things. We can -3 twice with Kaya, and she'll still be alive at one loyalty. So yeah, I think we plus up and put a ghost form counter on Haven. I think that's the play. I like that. I'm still mad about that they got a Brushstroke. I mean, I guess they're running mono black and Alchemy, so they're gonna have a Brushstroke. You better be running a Brushstroke if you're trying to win games with black and Alchemy, unless you got some other weird, I don't know, Golgari or something. I don't know. Golgari's not too big in Alchemy. Dragons. This deck, mono black of my deck. I like the Orzhov. I like the 2 mana creatures for sacrificing. I like all the stuff. So we're plussing up on our Faceless Haven, like we said we were gonna do. If they allow it. Woo, they might not interrupt with something. Oh, look at them. Tap it for mana. Let's float some mana. Still get 7 on Kaya here. We can still play this here. And play this out. And that's double strike. Is that lethal? No, that's not lethal. That's damn close though. Oh! Oh, I forgot when I originally looked at that. Duelist Heritage is an enchantment, so it makes all that glitters bigger. So when I was thinking 7/7, I forgot to account for the Duelist Heritage. I'm glad we played that all out. We woke up Haven, drew some stuff out of their hand, got Kaya to... Ah, crap, that's going to kill our creature, isn't it? It's just creatures, so we can still exile Onyx. And we get another one of these things. Oh, and it comes back too, right? Yeah, because of the ghost form counter thing we had. Let's do this. It's not quite the same as the other thing I had. This will do 3 damage. Yeah, so we go like this. And we go like that. It gets double strike, and boom! Oh, that feels good. That was a game. That was a game. That was a game and a half. Just, I don't know. Just, yeah, that Brushstroke. That still gets me. Like, the timing they had on that. Like, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, man. Yep. Thank you, Kaya. You did some work. Whew. So did those spellbook things. They did work, too. Okay, so we're back from the games. I like the way those went. There was definitely some very frustrating ones before. Ones that I didn't include, just a couple losses, really rough games, really short. But then I'm like, then I started doing good, and I'm like, let's just take this chunk then, my good run that I had with it. So yeah, I like the way when, the shuffling was actually working, like when I started showing you the videos here. You know, I did like the way it was going there. It was really, really working out the way I wanted it to in those games. We were draining, we were playing our little creatures, we were sacking them, had a nicer mix of everything. I felt like in the earlier games before I started recording or anything like that, I was just seeing all of these guys early games or none of them. And, oh man, it was so frustrating. But anyways, yeah, let me know what you think of the deck, what you think of Onyx and the Kaya. I'm thinking of almost maybe dropping Onyx and going with Liza. There is from Midnight Hunt. Because whenever our creatures die, they bounce back to our hand, kind of like the +1, the ghost form counter from Kaya the Inexorable. Did I say Kaya before? No, I meant Liza, right? And Liza's also a flying angel. She has lifelink, right? So it's like we got a lot of stuff there. It sucks to lose Onyx, to lose that that extra removal we got there with the -3. But like I said, I really think that Liza will really be good by returning all of our creatures to our hands when they're sacrificed. Obviously not the tokens, but yeah, we can even put a ghost form counter. If we run into Kaya, we can put a ghost form counter on Liza, and then she'll go back to our hand in the event of a board wipe if we absolutely need to cast Blood on the Snow. All of our other creature cards will go back to our hand because of Liza, and Liza will go back to our hand because of the ghost form counter, and we'll still be left with a 1/1 flying spirit token. So that is something I'm also thinking, other than the Shambling Ghast switching to Eye Twitch, like I mentioned in the intro. Other than that, I'm thinking Professor Onyx would be better as Liza. I miss Liza. I mean, I had an Orzhov deck back in Midnight Hunt, and probably include a video like that in this one, or include the link, I mean, in this video, and you can go check that out if you want. A little bit of an older Orzhov deck, but I did it at the beginning of Midnight Hunt, but it's really cool. Works out, and I'm starting to lean that way with some of these spells. I should get some of those creatures and some of the stuff going again. But yeah, the shenanigans of returning the creatures back to your hand. We're sacrificing them, they're dying, they're coming back to our hand, putting ghost form counters on Blood Artists, or even just having Liza on the field when the Blood Artist dies. We're draining and gaining, plus we're getting the Blood Artist back to our hand. So for 2 mana, the Blood Artist is the Blood Artist. Ars? Did I play the Blood Ars? The Blood Artist is going back on the field. And all that fun shenanigans. So that's why I'm thinking Liza. I'm thinking Liza can give us some more of those fun shenanigans of killing our stuff, bouncing back to our hand, playing it out, killing it, bouncing back, getting drain and gain, all this stuff all at once. That's my thoughts there. Let me know what you think. Once again, hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. Please do that. Really could use some subscribers. Trying to get to 1,000. Getting sort of almost there. Yeah, I'll see you all at the next video. Cheers.